Hello and welcome to Among Us. Today we're listening to Kevin Wilson. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, enjoy the music.
Political correctness. What a crop of shit. If it's political, it ain't correct. Those two words don't fucking fit. So I wrote a little PC pushback song that I'd love for you to sing. While we flip them PC pricks the fingers singing F-U-P-C. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. You're crippling free thinking and you're strangling free speech. The world's flipping you the finger, don't give a rat's ass what you think. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Flip and sing. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. I learned that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt. Armed with that and a dilly-gaff attitude, my world just seemed to work. But them precious PC snowflakes take offence to everything we say. Millennial dyslexics, they read everything round the wrong fucking way. So I say, fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. You're crippling free thinking and you're strangling free speech. The world's flipping you the finger, don't give a rat's ass what you think. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Flip and sing. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Where's all this PC bullshit coming from? What happened to common sense? Trying to convince us now you can pick up a dog shit by the cleanest end. Don't want us to have an opinion. Can't say now what you see. You know what I see? A bunch of fragile soft-cock fucktards. F-U-P-C. Fuck you, political correctness. F-U-P-C. You're crippling free thinking and you're strangling free speech. The world's flipping you the finger. Don't give a rat's ass what you think. So fuck you, political correctness. F-U-P-C. Flipping one for their dog. Fuck you, political correctness. F-U-P-C. One for the horse they rode in on. Fuck you, political correctness. F-U-P-C. I'm the sort of bloke that'd like to think that if I could go back in time, Banjo and Henry and even Ned Kelly would all be good mates of mine. 'Cause they're pisspots, poets and outlaws, and I can relate to that. And I can relate to their attitude too. In a word, dillygaff. That's spelled D-I-L-L-I-G-A-F, dillygaff. And this is what it means. Do I look like I give a fuck, dillygaff? Am I being direct enough, dillygaff? It's just another way of saying I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass, mate. And do I look like I give a fuck, dillygaff? Your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck, dillygaff? You see, it's stress relief made easy. It's simple and it works. Just say dillygaff next time you got to deal with dickheads, wankers and jerks. And when you go out, stick a dillygaff on your t-shirt or your hat. And when some cunt's giving you the shits, just say, mate, read that. That spells D-I-L-L-I-G-A-F, dillygaff. Do I look like I give a fuck, dillygaff? Am I being direct enough, dillygaff? Just another way of saying I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass, mate. Do I look like I give a fuck, dillygaff? Your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck, dillygaff? another way of saying I couldn't give a rodent's rectum, mate. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dilly gaff, your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dilly gaff, big finish. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dilly gaff. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Political correctness, what a crock of shit. If it's political, it ain't correct. Those two words don't fucking fit. Nor do military intelligence, friendly fire and holy war. But common sense ain't that common anymore. Words made up by academic fuckwits who hide in little fart-filled rooms, throwing random words together 'cause they got fuck all else to do. Starts out as yuppie jargon, ends up fucking law, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Words like illegal immigrant, is that a fucked up double or what? If you're an immigrant, g'day and welcome. If you're illegal, fuck off. And who's them low-life toe rags letting them sneak through our back door? 'Cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Racist, there's one overused word that's laced with toxic venom, spat out by every do-gooder and minority group when you don't agree with them. Mate, this is Australia. One size fits all, but common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Petty crime, there's no such thing. Some poor bastard's gotta pay. Here's two words that just might work. Rattan cane. We don't need a fucking police service. Bring back the police force, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. So all you soft-cock politicians, try getting your head around this. You're fucking up a great country, and we're tired of that PC shit. Try using a little more common sense. That's what we're paying you for. But common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. No, common sense ain't that common anymore. Last year we went into Canada as part of this world tour, and it was quite interesting because to go to different countries you always got to apply for a visa, and you also have to let them know what you do. And we always chase what we call an R rating, meaning that we'd hate kids to come to the show for very obvious reasons. So we always look for an R rating, and we applied for that in Canada, and they gave us the visa with the R rating on the show, which wasn't a problem. But then one of the guys from the consulate over there, he rang our office in Perth and said, "Look, can you tell Kev that we've given him the okay to go ahead with, but you can't say cunt in Canada." I thought, fuck, you can in Australia. Fucking hell. So I thought, well, what a fucking ideal top name for a song. So We opened in Toronto in September last year, and this is the first song I walked out on stage with. You can't say cunt in Canada. Saying cunt's not very nice at all. No, you can't say cunt in Canada. So I asked the Sheilas what they called it. And they said muff, mut, minge, wimp, twat, little flower, twinkle, tunnel of love. So if you're going to say cunt in Canada, you got to say it with a velvet glove. And you can't say cunt in Canada. Here we go. No, you can't say cunt in Canada, so I thought I'd better ask the guys. And no, you can't say cunt in Canada. Why wasn't I surprised when they said gash, pussy, poontang, beef, curtain, burger, gateway to her guts? Gateway to her guts. Why was I smoking when I wrote that one? Split whisker, beaver, long eye, front bum, growler, hairy lasso. No, you can't say cunt in Canada, because cunt's considered pretty fucking rude. No, you can't say cunt in Canada, so when I get to Montreal, if you're gonna say cunt in Canada, you gotta say it in French as well. So here goes Philippe la Comte, President Mitterrand, Pepe Le Pew. No, you can't say cunt in Canada. This guy's considered pretty damn rude. And you can't say cunt in Canada. Woo! Absolute cunt of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Started as a fart in bed. Well, it started as a fart, but I shit myself instead, and the fucking missus going off her fucking head. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. And running to the dunny like a bastard, trying to hold it in with me finger up me arse, and skidding past the kids and them little cunts laughing. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Take a cold shower, scrubbing shit from every orifice took a fucking hour. Then fuck, no fucking towels. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Pulling on me jeans and tripped, broke me fucking nose and split me fucking lip, got me cock caught in me fucking zip. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Help me! I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Then driving myself to the doctors, busted and bleeding, cock swollen and throbbing. Not a good time to get stopped by the cops. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Bastard didn't even let me explain. Just cut me up and hauled me off to jail. No fucking phone call, no fucking bail. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Your turn. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, I've had an absolute cunt of a day. So, Your Honour, that's how it is. That's exactly how it started and how it ended all up here, and you fucking lot laughing ain't making it too easy. I've had an absolute cunt of a day, and I'm in too much fucking pain to plead. And I don't give a fuck if you don't believe me. Just take me out the back and fucking shoot me, please. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. I've had an absolute cunt of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong. So if I'm allowed to use the word cunt in a song, I've had an absolute cunt of a day. I've had an absolute cunt of a, just another one of them absolute cunt of a day. Nashville, thank you very much. It's great to be with you. Met him in the classroom back in 1963. We seemed to hit off pretty good. We were mates, Mick and me. He wasn't such a big kid even back then at the start. And he wasn't all that clever either, but Jesus, he could fart. I first found that out in class one day when things were going pretty slow. And just to keep us all amused, Mick let this fucking river go. Oh, God, you should have been there. Look, I'd describe it if I could. But I just turned around and I said, hey, Mick, you're fucking good. And at the inter-school grand final on the rugby field that time, we were getting beaten. They were 12 and we were 9 and played with 3 yards from our goal line when the referee called a scrum. And Mick said, don't worry fellas, we've as good as got it won. So we just locked ourselves down in the scrum and we held each other's nose. And Mick, our little hooker, he let this fucking ripper go. Well, it stung their nose and it burnt their eyes and it even scorched the grass. And I twigged right then and there, he had a double jointed ass. Me mate the master farter put the art back into farting with his custom tailored farts. Me mate the master farter broke new ground in breaking wind with his double jointed ass. And it was just a couple of years later, we both went to see Kamal. It was a really poshy sort of show in this great big bloody hall. And all the blokes were dressed like penguins. And you should have seen the sorts. And Kamal himself wore a Sheila's dress like a bloody black boy George. And we were all locked in there like sardines for the show to get underway. But the tuba player didn't lob. He'd booked off crook that day and Kamal said, without a tuba player, I cannot commence the show. So old Mick jumps up, said, Sambo, mate, I'll have a fucking go. Well, from then on in, I honestly thought that the whole show would be ruined. But he just winked at me and picked that tuba up just like he knew what he was doing. Then the maestro tapped his little stick to tell the band to start. Mick just shut his eyes and cocked his leg and then began to fart. Well, you could have heard a pin drop that night there in the hall. And it's hard to say who sounded best, Mick farting or Kamal. Then the audience just went apeshit. They cheered and clapped and stood. And Kamal smiled as if to say, hey Mick, you're fucking good. Me mate the master farter put the art back into farting with his custom tailored farts. Me mate the master farter with his true pitch perfect calibrated double jointed ass. Well, good news travels fast, it seems, and it wasn't very long before Mick got this midnight phone call from Ben Lexon and Alan Bond. They said, Mick, we got this specialist job and we're prepared to pay ya. Mick, old son, would you consider farting for Australia? We'll just prop you on our brand new yacht when there's no sea breeze blowing and get Mick the master farter the starter and keep the bastard going. So Mick went into training on sausage rolls and pies and Vegemite and Foster's beer and a scholarship from Heinz. The world had never seen before a yacht so finely groomed, or a crew so fit and young and strong, or an arse so finely tuned. The Yanks weren't even in the race, not even in the same class. What with Ben Lexon and his secret keel and mixed fuel-injected arse. Well, he come back a bloody hero, didn't he? The all-Australian boy. And the government commissioned this bloke to do a big statue of his koi. And I can still see Mick standing there when they conferred his knighthood. And Bob Hawke pinning it on saying, "Hey, Mick, you're fucking good." Me mate the master farter. Put the glass back into farting with his designer label farts. Me mate the master farter. With his true pitch perfect calibrated turbo thrusted fuel injected winds protected double jointed ass.
Right, so I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell for notifications. And Among Us, we'll be back tomorrow. And until then, I will see you all again. Goodbye.